What is up? Week 19, let's go. So I thought I'd start off today with an endurance cycle, and it's been really nice. It felt really good actually. It's been 2 days since I've done my long cycle on Sunday, and yeah, I'm not feeling any of the neck pain or back pain or anything. There's still some soreness in my shoulders, and obviously quads still gonna be a bit sore, but yeah, I'm really happy with what my recovery's been able to achieve and being able to be back on the road and not feeling too lethargic from training, let's say. I just looked at my Nike app, and it's a really weird stat for myself, but it's the first time I've not run in a month since May last year. So the whole April I have not run, and last time it happened was May 2022, just during the kind of shin splint recovery saga, I kind of started my marathon program. So yeah, it's quite weird really to have done that. It's been kind of consistent in my life for the last year and a half at least, apart from May last year. So yeah, it's just weird to think that time's flown by really quickly, and I've been getting more and more comfortable on the bike, and it's been some parts obviously are still stressful and hard, but it's nice to be able to build competency and skill in cycling, and I can see some of the work that I did earlier in the year and in bad weather has kind of started to pay off. Today was really blustery, and I was able to manage my bike quite well. What is up? Wednesday. So today my plan was a mixture of cool down and warm up, kind of top and tailing my cycle with the threshold ride in zone 4 training. Hopefully I'll explain the different zones again in another video. And I was just not ready for this one, I think, this week, so that's why I switched up with my endurance ride. It's a lot of effort to kind of sustain higher effort cycles, if that makes sense. I think more mentally planning for it and trying to find road conditions that work for it. So I was very happy with the cycle. Kind of a really good pace actually. So over 20 kilometers an hour, which is what I was hoping for, and especially with all the fatigue from the day really. I'm really proud of that cycle. Still lots to learn, but it's been a really nice time, and it kind of showed that I'm able to push harder and also be able to have the mental capacity to juggle other things at the same time. Especially in my early rides, doing this kind of pace, I was kind of fully focused and kind of had tunnel vision. And now I think I'm a better state of mind where I can control my breathing, kind of understand how my posture affects the ride, and even actually start having some mindfulness of like thinking about my progress during the cycling journey. I'm really easy and conducive with running, and cycling has been really hard to get to that stage, but I can see the evolution of my training now, meaning I can actually enjoy the cycling element and breathe and have a better awareness of my bike control and the vehicles around me, and how to deal with more challenging scenarios. So yeah, really proud of that, and got 3 weeks to go till the race. So yeah, it's starting to sink in, and enjoying a bit of the tape, at least my quads can rest a bit more. Yeah, it's been good to quantify the lessons I've learned from the past few weeks and months, and from the marathon as well, and time to really start pushing for the final stretch and make sure like on the day I can enjoy myself on Ride London and have a great experience and push for a really good time. So yeah, we're looking forward to it. Head back, dinner, and get ready for the next cycle. Peace. What is up? There's the cycle done. So today did a mixture of progressive pace, sort of warm up, then went to an endurance ride, a tempo ride, and a threshold ride, and then followed by a cool down. And it just was really hard to keep pushing and elevating my performance every kind of segment, just because I didn't have the energy, and it's 3 days straight cycling, and it's just, to be honest, the traffic as well, trying to deal with cars and flies everywhere. It's a bit harder than I expected it to be, but we still did it, and I can take a few days off the saddle, which is nice, and maybe some cross training. So yeah, I'm really happy with the cycle overall. I think for me the lesson is just trying to the pacing a bit better and recognize what like is a comfortable pace and what's a more threshold pace and how to sustain that for a bit longer. Because it's just quite hard to sometimes manage that expectation in your brain, especially when you're tired. But yeah, I'm really happy with that overall. 2 and a bit weeks to go, actually 3 weeks to go pretty much to the race, so yeah, it's quite exciting and just starting to zone in on what I need to be doing. So let's get to it. I'll see you in a bit. See you it's Sunday for my long cycle. What is our Sunday cycle done? It's a hard cycle and I think I've kind of got over my hump after the long piece of training I did last week, so it's part of the taper now, and whilst my legs were really sore, I actually really enjoyed the today's cycle and I kind of showed the progress. I'm able to go a bit faster and maintain my pace. And so when we cycled this out today, and it's bank holiday Sunday, so bank holiday weekend, so yeah, it's good to see people out there being active and really enjoying cycling. The road I went on today was so bumpy. It's quite hard to explain if you have fully experienced it, but basically the roads are like really coarse and it's a really high vibration when you go on there. So my forearms just was so sore because it's just so much vibration and tingling. It's just really like uncomfortable, and that's for good several kilometers. So yeah, it's good to be able to turn the surfaces in case I encountered them, but they're really unpleasant. Yeah, and very happy to do a lot of climbing, and the beginning of my cycle within half an hour I had a really steep climb and I stopped twice on it. I didn't have the best sleep yesterday, but that mean very minimal, and I didn't have the best nutrition the night before, so I knew the start of my ride was going to be pretty painful. But it was okay. I think after that point I went through the rest of my route and actually did all the harder climbs. Maybe not as steep, but just kind of energy sapping if on longer climbs. And the hill went down pretty fast in, and then I realized I had to climb back up again, and it was really hard. But I'm quite proud of myself to be able to do that and go past the hills that earlier on in the cycle I struggle with. So if you're cycling or running and basically really hard a block, take a breather, get back to it, and I'm sure you can smash it. I'm actually quite surprised. I only had 2 bags of jelly beans, so I appreciate it's a shorter cycle than last week's cycle, but yeah, I'm so surprised, and I don't know how much I've drunk, but I'm definitely dehydrated. My fact of the week, because it's Coronation weekend, seen a few street parties being set up this morning. So my fact this week links to the carriage. So the carriage Charles will be using, or has used, depending on when this comes out, is the modernized version of the carriage, which is used in 2016. And it's, I guess the main technology pieces is electric windows. Shows the kind of evolution we've gone through in this vehicle, but also the fact that it's actually got carvings of the Henry the, I believe, 8th ship Mary Rose, Sir Isaac Newton's apple, and the Stone of Destiny, all are kind of engraved into it as kind of a symbol of British history. So I thought it'd been a very relevant fact this week, and I'm gonna get some calories and I have to go somewhere very quickly. So peace, take care, have a good week, bye bye.